The truth is, there was never a single moment that made me realize I'm gonna go to Raw. It was actually an accumulation of many years of getting to know Chris, Dom, Matt.
I remember when I was in prep, I would watch YouTube videos of Christian Guzman and his summer shredding series and all these things. And it was like one of the things I did on my treadmill in my basement at my parents' house when I was a teenager, watching Christian Guzman.
I first met Chris back in 2019. He came to the Athlete Gym. We worked out together, filmed some videos together. I thought I could beat him at a competition with the flat bench press.
He was confident he could beat me too.
We bet a Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Probably my first ever Chick-fil-A sandwich. It must have been his move. It must have been like his thing. Like, I can bench 315 for a lot of reps, and I was like, you can't beat me. And then we just went to his gym, busted it out, and I can't remember how much I beat him by, but I beat him enough to be like, hell yeah, I got you.
And ever since then, we kind of established a friendship where every few years we'd link up, film some videos, catch up, and then that's where he actually introduced me to Dom.
I met Christian through Raw. Basically, we used Alpha Land for one of our events, and we were able to rent that space out from him to do a shoot.
I couldn't really believe this guy was like the real deal, because it seemed like he was just so high paced and had so much going on and like so much success. I was like, is this legit? But the fact that Chris had partnered with them spoke volumes, and like the more time I spent with Dom, the more I was like, this is actually exactly who Dom is.
I mean, to be honest, Christian's kind of like the OG in the space, so it was pretty unique to be able to meet him and get his perspective on from then till now, what's changed, what hasn't changed. And
he was like the man on YouTube, launching his own brand, had his own gym, all these things.
Anyone who's stayed relevant for that long in the industry is pretty impressive to me.
Being a business owner myself since 2015 has really kind of given me common ground with other entrepreneurs from starting something from the ground up. And Dom, Chris, and Matt all invited me to go on stage and like speak at their Raw event out in Orlando. I wasn't even a part of Raw, and I was like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, hell yeah, come on. So just like actions like that started showing me like who they really are and gave me full confidence, doing podcasts with them back at the old Raw HQ. Just really spending time with that entire group after it was just kind of me and Chris really quickly showed me the kind of people that the Raw team is. If I'm being completely honest, it came down to in 2024 when I was actually in a position with 3D where I needed help. I'll never forget when I reached out to Chris and Dom.
He came to me first and was basically just asking for advice. Just like, hey, I know you've been in these situations, like what would you do?
I had never been shown such a quick response.
And I just gave him advice. Like I just was like, hey, look, this is what I would do, this is how I would take it.
And it was just like, you need help? We got you. What do you need? We're here, let's go. And just that immediate reaction from them told me everything that I needed to know about the Raw team. And that moment on is when I committed to, hey, they just got me, I got y'all, and whatever I can do to help, wherever you need me, I'm here to make this entire kind of ecosystem as effective, as powerful as I possibly can.
I think that when you look at the way that he's built his brands and he's done what he's done, he's been able to be, again, like I said before, super successful for a long period of time in the industry, but it's very rare that you have an influencer who's able to build a brand as well as still be an influencer. And Christian's done that. He's done that multiple times over. He's done it with Alpha Elite, he's done it with Alpha Land, and to be honest, it's really impressive.
I feel like Christian felt like a good fit for Raw for the same reason of why I liked following him at a young age, and I didn't even know why I enjoyed following his content, but he's just authentic. He is who he is. He's a hustler, he loves to work, he's doing his thing, but he's just a good person. Like who he was on screen, this positive energy, good person, treating people right, just chasing after his dreams and working hard at it. When I met him off camera, behind the scenes, and over the years of getting to know him, he's exactly as he comes off like that, if not, comes off as an even kinder person off camera. We care a lot about athletes coming out to Raw being good people. It's even weird calling him an athlete or something like that, because it's like, he's past that almost, but labels don't matter. But I think it's the biggest word would just be authenticity.
In life, you want to put yourself around people that truly make you better. And Chris, Dom, Matt, they've all had different ways of doing that for me. The entire group of guys here really have impacted me, and so I want to help impact Raw however I can.
What Christian has done and what he's consistently been able to do for time, a lot of people can learn from. So when I think of Christian coming on for Raw, I think of it as, I would argue that a lot of sports nutrition brands and social media brands wouldn't be here without Christian. I think Christian kind of paved the way for content creators around the world, whether you want to argue it or not. He was a big person in the launch of Gymshark. He was a big person in the launch of YouTube for fitness. Like, if you know fitness and you know YouTube, you know CG. You know CG before you know anything. A lot of these younger kids who are, super popular now wouldn't have gotten on YouTube if it wasn't for CG and the way that he handled himself and the way that he built his brand. So I think for us, and when I look at Raw, I look at Christian as such a valuable asset, because not only does he do it still for himself today, and he has such respect in that space, but I think he can teach our athletes and the people that we have in our brand how to do things and build their own brands.
He's always kind of spinning on how to improve, how to be better, how to make things better, which is such a beautiful sign of someone who just loves what they do. Not everyone finds like their calling in life of where they're meant to be, but Christian has just like found his path of where he has so much passion, and he's been doing this for 15 years or so now, I'm not sure the exact number, and he still just loves it and he's obsessed with it, and I think the idea of being borderline obsessed is something that really ties into what we believe in at Raw, and he's borderline obsessed with what he does, and it comes from passion, and he pulls fuel from loving what he does, and I think it's easy to respect that in someone, because we all want to have something that we love, that we're working hard towards.
All of my businesses have been started because I believed in solving a problem in my day, and I truly can sit here and say that if I were to go and build a supplement brand, it would almost mimic exactly what Raw is doing, because I feel their community, the product, I just feel everything is exactly what I would want to emulate, and that's why I'm choosing to team up and partner with and join the team with a brand that's doing everything that I would do if I were to own it.
You do business with good people, it's really hard to do bad business. And the rewards are, you get to do cool shit with your friends every day. I mean, there's no better thing in the world. I just posted this morning, like, there's no better thing than being able to do this with your boys. Like, it's not fun when you do it alone. It's fun when you get to share it with people you love. And I think that, I don't know if I would want to do it any other way.
Strip away the business, strip away the sales, strip away everything, and we still have hungry ass individuals that want to build something great and become the best versions that they can be, and that happen to find, it's hard to find those people. Whenever you find that in life, you kind of latch on and you want to continue those friendships and you want to keep those relationships. And I have a feeling one day we'll be saying, look what we've done.
I think the fact that we have a group of like-minded but different, unique individuals with similar dreams aligning that vision into a similar path is just so lucky and so rare, Our ability to combine our friendship in this and have more fun with it, to do weekends like this, to get together in the midst of all the chaos and be like, these are the fucking days we'll remember forever, Just a moment of gratitude, regardless of where the journey ends. It's like, we could be up here, we could be down here, we could be down here, but we're on some cool journey together through the ups and downs, just gratitude for the boys.
We've set a standard to build relationships and partnerships and businesses on truly the right things, values, morals, and I think that it's been so successful that I don't think we would do it any other way at this point. But I think that a lot of people are going to try to replicate what we do, and it's going to be really hard because they're not doing it for the same reasons. They may think they are and they may say that they are, but the equity positions we give and the things that we do and the partnerships that we have are all based on people first.
At the end of the day, my fuel comes from community. It comes from people wanting to become better. That is what drives me to keep doing everything that I do. And I feel like by partnering with Raw, their focus on community is huge. And I think it almost like oozes from the brand DNA.
I would argue that this is one of the most generational runs in the sports nutrition category that I think we'll ever see.
I think partnering with Christian is just continuing to establish that as Raw grows, we want to connect ourselves with like the best in the industry, who are also the best people in the industry. We're for everyone. We're for people who take shit seriously, want to be the best versions of themselves. If you're a good person, you work hard, welcome to Raw.
I truly feel like we're on this journey together now, which is just exciting to know that you're surrounded by people that are truly like pushing the limit in what they can do. And yeah, I'm just grateful to be along for the ride.